News this morning, the trauma unit at the University of Louisville Hospital is still busy treating victims after the UPS plane crash. And the U.S. economy added 42,000 private sector jobs last month, more than 4,000 more than analysts expected.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee, here with you on this Thursday, November 6th. It's 6 o'clock this morning, and Megan, it is a little bit chilly outside, but not too bad. I mean, this morning, you're going to have a little bit of that fog or dew or whatever you call it on your car, but it'll get a little bit warmer after that.
Yeah, it's not a terribly cold day. I mean, this is kind of what we expect for this time of year, a tad cooler than normal, but for the most part, it's survivable. And we are going to see those temperatures warm up throughout the day. So here's a look at those current temperatures, seeing a mixture of the 40s, mainly the low to mid 40s, but some folks are a little bit warmer than others. 49 in Harlan and 50 in Jonesville, 52 even in Jacksboro. But by the time we head to the afternoon, everyone will be seeing between 59 to 64 degrees, with the sunny skies taking over literally all day long. So at least you have that to kind of balance it out. And our winds will be a lot calmer than yesterday as well. We're looking at light winds throughout the day. And again, as I mentioned, sunny skies are in the forecast. However, as we're heading into your Friday, we are going to see some chances for strong to severe storms popping up. That will be for your Friday evening. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. This morning, the search for answers in the deadly plane crash in Louisville. The National Transportation Safety Board is on the ground after a UPS plane caught fire just before takeoff and slammed into nearby businesses. The plane was loaded with 38,000 gallons of fuel, leading to a series of massive, deadly explosions and a warning that you're about to see a plane crash, which might be difficult for some viewers. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
New clues into what led up to this deadly UPS plane crash in Kentucky Tuesday evening. Around 5 local time, Flight 2976 started down the runway. As it reached 200 miles per hour, the NTSB reports the area near the left wing was on fire.
We have viewed airport CCTV security coverage, which shows the left engine detaching from the wing during the takeoff roll.
Surveillance video then shows the plane tilting on its left side, leaving a trail of flames before it slammed into a group of nearby buildings.
You can feel the heat from far away, and we make a decision, run for our lives.
At least a dozen people were killed.
I could have died yesterday. It was very, very close.
Georgie Dow works at Grade A Auto Parts, one of the businesses in the area.
It was an explosion after explosion after explosion, and so you just didn't know what was going to happen.
The company's CEO says some of their employees are still unaccounted for. Investigators are now trying to figure out why this happened. Amid the charred debris, the NTSB says they found the plane's black box voice and data recorders.
We have investigators now that have located it. It's suffered some heat. These recorders are built for that.
They hope the information will help them better understand what happened in the moments before the fiery crash. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Local officials say power is being returned to over 100 customers and that water is safe to drink unless residents have received a specific advisory. Air quality is being monitored. UPS CEO sent a message to employees saying, "Our hearts continue to be with all who have been impacted." Witnesses describe the crash scene as something they'll never be able to erase from their minds. Joe Mancebo and his wife Kathy were driving to pick up dinner Tuesday night. The Mancebos found themselves struggling to sleep after what they saw.
It was just unreal. It was something you'll never be able to unsee, or unthink of ever again for the rest of your life.
It was, like a shock still this morning that we witnessed this in real time, but didn't know what we were witnessing.
The couple had just returned from their honeymoon, driving back to the Commonwealth all the way from Miami. Kathy says she opted for the long drive as she'd recently found herself scared to board a plane. Satellite images reveal a trail of devastation after that plane crash. The before and after photos of a large path of scorched debris and burned out vehicles at an industrial area just south of the airport, and a 290-foot gash on the top of UPS warehouse that was struck by the plane as it came down. The trauma unit at the University of Louisville Hospital is still busy treating victims from the fire after the plane crash. They say 2 of them are in critical condition. We heard from U of L Health CEO Dr. Jason Smith about how they're caring for those with burn injuries.
The biggest problem we have with blast injuries is it's basically like a car accident, is that multiple areas can be injured all at the same time. You contrast that, for example, from a shrapnel injury, which would be more like a bullet wound or a stab wound, where you can identify, what's actually injured based upon some external signs that you see. Burns are obviously a completely different beast. Burns can take a long time for care. They usually take a lot of skin grafting and other things.
U of L Health treated around 15 people total at its hospitals around Louisville between the incident itself and smoke inhalation related issues. Well, volunteers are doing anything they can to help in the aftermath of the crash. The Kentucky Baptist Convention started bringing hot meals to first responders late Tuesday night. They fed close to 350 people in a matter of hours and continued provided lunches yesterday. KBC has helped first responders during many other recent natural disasters. Well, starting tomorrow, thousands of flights a day could be canceled in what the Department of Transportation is calling a proactive safety measure. The decision prompted by ongoing air traffic control staffing shortages and mounting airport delays due to what's now the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. CBS's Jared Hill has more from New York.
Our number one priority is to make sure when you travel safely.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announcing an unprecedented plan to cut air traffic by up to 10% at the nation's 40 busiest airports starting this Friday. Duffy citing the impact the government shutdown is having on air traffic controllers.
We are starting to see some evidence that fatigue is building in the system in ways that we feel we need to work towards relieving some of that pressure.
A surge in sick calls from airport employees working without pay has led to delays in ground stops. The Trump administration warned staffing issues could get worse, with air traffic controllers set to miss their second full paychecks next week.
If the pressures continue to build, even after we take these measures, we'll come back and take additional measures.
Several major hubs, including those in New York, Chicago, Dallas, and San Francisco, could be hit.
It's unfortunate that workers aren't getting paid, but to reduce the flights, they have to come to a solution. This is not good.
President Trump Wednesday urged Senate Republicans to end the shutdown, arguing it hurt them in Tuesday's elections.
The shutdown was a big factor, negative for the Republicans.
Democratic leaders called again for negotiations, looking to include an extension to Affordable Care Act subsidies to any bill to fund the government.
Stop the bull, sit down and talk to us.
But Republicans insist on reopening first. The stalemate creating a major airport slowdown just 3 weeks before the Thanksgiving travel rush. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Flight reductions would begin at 4% this Friday, then raise to 10% next week. Airlines are now working to comply with the FAA's plan. American Airlines released a statement saying it expects the vast majority of its customers will be unaffected, and the company plans to proactively contact affected travelers to rebook them. In a memo to employees, United Airlines says it plans to give impacted customers as many options as possible and notes that travelers are eligible for refunds during this period. Well, the U.S. economy added 42,000 private sector jobs last month. That's more than 4,000 than analysts expected. The most recent BLS jobs report from August showed unemployment increased to 4.3%, with the economy adding 22,000 jobs. For the first time in years, there were not enough open positions for those seeking employment. Well, we now know when the public will be able to pay their respects for former Kentucky Governor Martha Lane Collins. She died over the weekend at 88 years old. Governor Andy Beshear says the former governor will lie in state in the old state capitol Sunday. The public will be able to pay their respects from noon until 3. Governor Beshear says funeral service arrangements are still being worked on, but are expected to be announced soon.
We're looking at clear skies for today. Now, as we're heading through the rest of your day, that's where it may change. Here's a look at that satellite and radar. Just a little bit of clouds just to the north of us that have dissipated since then. And again, wall-to-wall sunshine is in the forecast. We won't see the rain returning until tomorrow, and we have strong severe storms in that forecast tomorrow evening and into the overnight hours. Now, in terms of temperatures this morning, we'll be looking at a pretty large range. Some folks are in the upper 30s, 37 in Stanton, 38 in Monticello, 39 in Wise, and other folks more towards our south counties will see some chances for 50 degrees. 50 right now in Jonesville and 52 in Jacksboro. Now, by the time we head into the afternoon, we will see some significant warming with high temperatures in the low to mid 60s, with a few folks out and about in the mid to upper 50s as you're traveling, especially for our Virginia counties. But the warmer weather will return tomorrow with upper 60s and low 70s in the forecast for your Friday. But going back to your Thursday, we'll be seeing those temperatures hitting a high around 3 to 4 with sunshine all day long. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan, and thank you for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning at 6:10. Coming up, the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the U.S. is lung cancer. A new report finds significant progress against it, but with several risks.
This is